Good morning students. In previous classes we have learnt about bacteria and fungi part of this chapter. In today's class we will discuss about the algae and the protozoans. Very first we look at the algae part, then we see that algae are plant-like structures and they are also known as the grasses of water. They are also known as the grasses of water. If we talk about the structure, algae are multicellular. They are multicellular, it means their body differentiation is of multiple cells instead of unicellular. And their cell structure is with nucleus and other cell organelles. It means we can say algae are eukaryotes. Algae are eukaryotes. If we look at the algae, they are of green color. They are of green color. It means they have chlorophyll. They have chlorophyll. That's why, because they have green color pigment chlorophyll, that's why they are green colored and they are able to make their food. They are able to make their food by the process of photosynthesis. By the process of photosynthesis. If any organism is capable to make their own food, then we say it is autotrophic. It means we can say algae are autotrophic in nature. Autotrophic in nature. So what we understood, algae are multicellular. Algae have nucleus and cell organelles. It means their cell is advanced and they are green colored because of they have chlorophyll and they are capable to do the photosynthesis, and that's why we say that they are autotrophic. They are autotrophic. Now we come to the habitat part. If we look at the habitat, they are found at moist places. They are found at moist places where there is air and water content is sufficient. Generally at ponds and rock surfaces and seawater. Algae are found in ponds, rock surfaces, seawater where is moist is present. Where moist is present. If we talk about the nutrition part, as we have understood that they are autotrophic, means they can make their own food. They are not saprophytes, they are not parasitic nature, they are not heterotrophs because they are not dependent on others for their food. They can make their own food. That's why we are saying they are autotrophic. By the process of photosynthesis, they can make the food because they have chlorophyll. They have chlorophyll. Now we come to the size and shape. If we look at the size, they are very small in size and some algae are very big. So we can say 1 micron to 50 meter. Some algae are of size 1 micron and some marine algae are of very big, they are of size of 50 meters. If we talk about the reproduction part, algae reproduce both ways, asexually and sexually. If we look at this asexual part, we will see there is one method, that is the fragmentation and fission and spore formation. So fragmentation is the process by which one organism gets split into two parts at their nodes. And fission is the body part of any organism getting divided into two parts. Two parts, that is known as the binary fission. If it is getting divided into more than two parts, then it is known as the multiple fission. Spore formation, reproduction is in which organism or algae is making the spores, making the spores. This will be understood that algae are multicellular and they are generally found at moist places and their size varies from 1 micron to 50 meters. If we go to any kind of pond or river, then we will realize that upper surface of pond and river is covered by the green layer, and that green layer is known as the algae. Students, now we will see the uses and harms of algae. Very first we will see that as algae are capable to produce the food, so they can be a very good source of food. If we look at the one algae that is named kelp, K-E-L-P, that is the rich source of iodine mineral. That is the rich source of iodine mineral. And as we know that it is capable to produce the food, and they are also make the oxygen in that process. So they are a very good source of oxygen. Now we come to the one special alga that forms the agar gel. Agar gel that is used as a culture medium in case of laboratory and research. Then we come to the one more use of algae is that in case of the space flight, it is used to purify the air by providing the oxygen. In the space flights. And in case of paper manufacturing, cosmetic manufacturing and medicines manufacturing, different types of algae are used. And one more algae is diatoms, that is the diatoms. So the shells of diatoms algae is used in case of manufacturing of glass and porcelain. So it is very useful algae. Diatom algae is very useful because it is used in glass and porcelain. So these are some advantages, or we can say useful algae in our daily life. Now we come to the harms of the algae. See, if excess of algal growth is there on any road, it makes that road or floor slippery. In case of the rainy season, we find that green colored layer is formed. Green colored layer is found on the floor of roads. We generally get slip when our foot is getting on that road. Next is algal growth makes the water of green color. That is also makes the water unclear or cloudy water. That is not fit for drinking also. The cloudy water in case of river, when excess of algal growth is there, that is not fit for drinking. Algal growth also results in one process that is known as the eutrophication. If in any pond or stagnant water, excess of algal growth is there, then whole upper layer of water is covered by the algae and it becomes green color. So excess of algae is there, then it will consume the oxygen available in the water. So the oxygen level will decrease in the water. So other aquatic animals, those requires oxygen for their respiration, will not find ample amount of oxygen to grow. So they will get die because of the excess growth of algae. So these were the uses of algae and harms of